Kyle Larson was undeniably the top story of the 2021 NASCAR Cup Series season, with 10 wins and a championship. Coming in a close second was the drama-filled feud between Kevin Harvick and Chase Elliott. The fireworks between the two Cup Series champs started on a cool September night in Bristol. That's when, with under 40 laps to go, Harvick slid hard into the side of the number 9 car, which cut a tire moments later and ended Elliott's chances at victory. The Hendrick Motorsports driver returned the favor later in the race, running into the side of Harvick, then blocking him at the end, allowing his HMS teammate Larson to charge to victory. Unhappy with those late moves, Harvick made it known immediately after the race, when he hurried down pit road for a heated face-to-face confrontation with Elliott. The hot tempers carried over into several more tension-filled discussions in the garage area, including one where Harvick threatened retaliation. In case you didn't hear it, Harvick threatened to run Elliott the blank over. That cliffhanger of a moment in Bristol had most fans expecting more fireworks between the pair. For the next couple of races, nothing. Some began to suggest Harvick was all talk. That all changed at the Charlotte Roval, when the Stewart-Haas racing driver blatantly dumped Elliott early in the final stage. However, in a bizarre twist of irony, Elliott's team repaired his car and got him back on the track, and with 11 laps to go, he made his way to within a couple car lengths of his new rival. Harvick got caught mirror watching, and with the HMS driver rapidly closing, locked up the brakes and slammed into the wall, ending his race and any hopes of advancing in the playoffs. Elliott capped off the day by advancing himself and wishing Harvick a merry off-season. There were no additional on-track incidents the rest of the year after NASCAR sat down and talked with both participants and their respective teams. Despite that lull in action, talk of the feud never went away. In December, Harvick appeared on the Dale Jr. download. After blaming Elliott for taking hundreds of thousands of dollars from his team that night at Bristol, the 2014 champion said, "There still needs to be another conversation before we start the next season." The 2022 season started on Sunday, and there has been no official word on whether or not the pair have talked. However, after listening to Harvick's interview with Tony Stewart on the Daytona 500 pre-race show, it's pretty clear they have not. When Stewart asked about today's racing between the different generations, Harvick didn't hold back and suggested the younger generation of drivers doesn't think or race smart, like he initially suggested to Elliott back at Bristol, and more significantly, they just don't care.
I have a better perspective on that than probably what I did before, and a lot of that has come from Keelan. You know, a lot of these kids, when they come through go-karts, like it's hammer down. They're so focused on push, push, push that they don't know how to think. That's been good for me to be able to push myself in order to just not care, because they just don't care, and I cannot care too.
Later in that same interview, Stewart suggested it's a winning battles versus winning wars type of thing, and the guys that are smart will win the wars. Harvick agreed, then made an odd remark about teaching another driver a lesson.
And sometimes you just got to be willing to just say, okay, screw it. I'm gonna shove both of us in the fence right here, and you're gonna remember that it can't happen.
What exactly Harvick meant in his final comment isn't clear. Maybe it was foretelling of events in the future. One thing, however, that was abundantly clear is the 46-year-old is going into 2022 with a more carefree mindset, and that could potentially translate into more aggressive driving. It'll be interesting to see just how aggressive he is when he gets around the number 9 of Elliott.